Greetings and welcome to Spider-Man Porch channel. This time we have another glorious Game Boy game, Final Fantasy Adventure. The cartridge appears to be in playable condition. We will definitely take it apart and clean those contact pads. Looks like the shell may have actually cracked and broke on this one too. Something to look out for here in the future because my my other Castlevania Belmont's Revenge has a broken back of the shell as well. We have some discoloration on here, so I'm going to go ahead and give it a test. Because we're definitely going to take it apart. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just apply some isopropyl alcohol down right here in this discoloration area. And we're going to see if I can erase all of that old discoloration off of the actual cartridge. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. I know I am. I get a chance to clean a Game Boy game, and how awesome is that? I mean, these games are excellent. Okay, it doesn't look like this is going to be an easy clean off the outside of the cart. Looks like it's going to be a problem child. So, we'll get back to it again. It's no big deal. I mean, it's just this coloration on the outside of the cartridge. Remember, we're just getting these all up and running again so that we can play them. Play them effectively. Give me 1 second here. Alright, I'm back. I'm going to be pausing it a lot. I just came down with that, that thing that's floating around. Yeah, I've had it for about a week now, and there's a reason why I haven't been able to put any videos up, everybody. I have been just sick. And I've been having my seizures have been coming full force as well. So yeah. Actually, that looked like it worked pretty good, though. I mean, it looked like it got some of that discoloration off. If maybe I keep working on it, it will clear all that off of there. Maybe. But, yeah, I gotta try it again. I'm serious. I mean, I got nothing better to do. I'm right now just dragging along this whatever crap that I ended up catching on New Year's. And it's not been easy. That's for sure. I feel like hammered shit. Sometimes this works, sometimes it doesn't. In my one cart, it worked flawlessly on getting all this off of here. You'll get some of that stain off. I hope you all have been healthy so far, because now I know what everybody else is going through with COVID. Trying to see if I can get a clean spot going on it. And again, this might be one of those carts that is just going to have that discoloration on it no matter what. And right now I'm just trying to do some wet sanding with the eraser, because this seems to work at times. It might not work for this particular cart, because this might be the actual discoloration from, what's it called? The bromide being added to the actual eraser. I'm going to have to get a new eraser out. Well, let's see what that looks like now, after we polished it a little bit. You guys would see this much better than I can on like to the camera through just naked eye. So you'd be able to see if this worked even just a little bit. That'd be great. Yep. I am just so happy to be able to tear into one of my Game Boy games. Or one of the channel's Game Boy games. How about that? Something like that better. Did that break the cart? Awesome. So now we get to see what's inside of one of these. Inside this one. And it looks like it's been opened before too, or something got into it. Yeah, look at all that. We'll clean it. We'll clean it. But before we do that, oh yep, and the bottom little spacer broke on it too. That little piece right there that keeps the cart in position broke. That's what happens when you get some of these older cartridges. Little pieces of things fall off. Try to get it a little bit nicer. You got it? Try to get it from all angles so that you guys can get all the text and stuff on it. I'm gonna flip it over too. That's art to me. It's flat out artwork. Somebody took a while to make this happen. A little bit of dirt right there. Try not to destroy any of the saves on it because it still saves. Sweet. Alright, give me a second. I'm going to set up the camera, the digital microscope. Okay, I'm back. Let's give this a real quick wipe down and a quick run through underneath the camera so you guys can see the contact pads of what they look like and how gnarly they may be. And how quickly this wipes it free of any debris or, yeah, I see that. That was great. It just works so well having this digital microscope. Oh, that's just fantastic. Alright. I'm just going to let her dry just a little bit before we get it busy on that. And oh, so wonderful to know that that being sick as I had been, that it went away so soon. Like it wasn't like devastating the the first day. It was pretty vile, but then it was fine later on that evening. Like I was able to pass the illness quickly and fast, and I was very happy with that. I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. Yes, I started feeling a little better, and then now I'm to the point where I'm actually able to make videos again because I was, yeah, coughing and sneezing, and it would have been just a really poorly done video with really bad narration because of the just the way I sound. You sound gross. All right, are we dry enough? Awesome. Oh man, Final Fantasy Adventure. That's this one, right? This is the adventure, isn't it? Yeah, the adventure. See, I never got a chance to actually find adventure back when I was younger. I was very fortunate to have it now, but back in the day, I started playing the who is it? Legend 2? Yeah, Final Fantasy Legend 2. And we'll cover that one here in a little bit. We have all four of them, I believe. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we got four of them. So we'll cover them. And these are the actual Squaresoft version of them. They're not the Sunsoft remakes or re-releases. Remember to wear your safety glasses. And thank you all so very much for watching. It's greatly appreciated. I'm looking at the camera too. For the digital microscope. My apologies. Yeah, I've seen others say that this is too much of a mess for them to enjoy. Cleaning their Nintendo games this way, and I'm like, no way. This right here, this is the right way to do it. I mean, you don't have high Voc level chemicals. So you're not breathing them in the entire time while you're working on it. That, to me, is the most toxic or caustic to your nose and sinuses and stuff while you're working on these things. And well, that's why I make a comment about my my Deoxit, how it doesn't have that smell, or it doesn't have that Voc level. So you're not getting a ton of volatile chemicals into your nostril or your nose. Look at that one right there. I'm busy working on it. That contact pad looks really janky now. But we'll get there. We'll have this card all cleaned up and ready to go. And then we'll play it inside the Nintendo Game Boy player attached to the GameCube. It's my favorite. I might put codes on too. I might use the Game Genie since we cleaned that this most recently. And I'm stoked about how well that turned out. Wow, that is a substantial mess. Let's give me a second here. I neglected to state too that on this digital camera there is actually a way to turn the light brighter, and it's right here on the front dial, so you can literally turn those LEDs off or you can brighten them up the way you want them. I neglected to state that when I was making the other video, so my apologies. This is the reason why we work on them more and more and more and more, and the more and more we work with a piece of equipment or tech, it just becomes more and more second nature to us on the channel, and to you if you're replaying or working with these things yourself. You're going to see this and you'll be like, oh, dude, that's really handy. That's really nice because I don't have to worry about using these other lights, and they get really hot and there's no on and off switch on them. You literally have to plug them in and unplug them. Yeah, so that was a little bit of a bummer on that side of things, but if you really wanted me to, I could wire something up put a switch on it. And we have the technology. We can make it happen. Oh man, let's see how much that turned out better than it did before. Get all that verdigris off of here, and before it starts to really pit and set in and start eating away at the entire trace all the way up. I know the likelihood of that happening is rare, but especially with the type of games that we pick up here for the channel, because I really want ones that are actually fully functional so we can play them and discuss them, so that eventually when I feel up to it, I could stream these games live, and then people can give me pointers and chat like, you need to go this way, you need to go that way, you know, and use this cheat code, use this code here, use this one, you know, and really have some fun with this stuff. I mean, before, sometimes some of these games are a bit of a burden. I mean, like a real burden to play. Like, okay, this is absolutely ridiculous. There's no reason for it to be playing like this. Well, that's why we find all these excellent codes for the game Genie, Game Shark, and all that stuff, and we make it happen. We play the games the way we want to play them. And I've been commenting on my other media platforms that I've noticed something unique about these particular Nintendo games, and I've been making the comment about Nintendo for a reason. They every single one of these games that I have had been purchasing and finding, they're not the same games that I grew up with, people. They're just not. Something happened to these games where there is a derivative line of code added to each and every one of our favorite Nintendo games. You play the original Famicom version of the game, and then you play the actual NES version of the game, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Where it's something was implemented and done specifically to make our games that much more complicated and difficult. And to me, as a child, that would not be a problem, but as an adult and as a parent, or for parents, and I'm not a parent, I don't have any children, but if I did, I would not want my kids touching a Nintendo game. Not the derivative versions of these Nintendo games, mind you, the Rev A versions. More so, I would have them play the Famicom versions and the non-Rev A versions of these particular games, because those are the versions of the games that I remember, and they are specifically elegant. The coding, everything on them is just excellent. It's just excellent. But then when you see the ones that we have here, you could just, when you see it and you can feel it, you know the game is different. And what did they do to it? They lessen your jumps. They lessen the ability to actually survive an attack. Your hit points are less. The monster's enemies' hit points are greater than. It makes it just absolutely infuriating when you're playing a game and you notice it and you're like, oh, come on, this is just ridiculous. What were they thinking? Like, what did they do? Was this intentional? Was this like an attack on our children? It feels that way towards me. Maybe I'm just, I don't know, paranoid or something, but I don't know, man. I see these games and I'm like, that's a good way to make our kids really irritable and angry and you know, hostile and, you know, frustrated, knowing that they're never going to be able to get through a specific title. I don't know, man. It just seems like it was done intentionally to sabotage our children. And our children are the next gen going into the military service. Yeah, just that's my side of thing. That's my take on it. I believe that this was being done to sabotage our children. Prove me wrong. Why is the code in these games? It doesn't need to be there. It's added intentionally. So that's my take on it. I I'm not speculating here, and there's no hearsay. It's all factual. You can see it in coding. If you watch other YouTubers and you'll see how they're tearing apart the actual code of these particular games, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. And you'd be like, no way, not our favorite, not our favorite freaking family company. I'm like, they're not a family company anymore. They used to be. Until you see what they were doing with the Switch. I myself personally, I will probably never own one. I will most likely end up sticking with the older style stuff that doesn't have any of that extra to it. I mean, if you guys ever got a chance to play that Metroid Dread, you know what I'm talking about there. They really rigged that game really complicated, and more people are starting to notice it. And I was like, yeah, eventually they'll really take notice of it and take heed to it. They're like, yeah, it seems like it's an attack on our children and on our youth. They don't even have the awesome boxes anymore like we used to have when we were growing up. So, yeah, my apologies. I know I'm ranting right now and raving, and I'm okay with that. Other people that I've said, oh, dude, you're going off on a rant here. I was like, that's a good thing. You are supposed to be able to go off on a rant, not to find it insulting. Jeez. I don't understand what's wrong with people, man. It's like they can't take constructive criticism either. I know I can. I was like, hey, if one of my videos is just absolute garbage, please tell me. And by all means, before you just dislike it, make a small comment of what you don't like about it the most. I think that would be beneficial for not just myself, but for everyone watching. I want to make sure that you guys actually just enjoy yourselves. Okay. Digression enough. Let's not procrastinate anymore. Let's go ahead and play it on the console. See you guys in a little bit. Hey everyone. Let's play a quick game of Final Fantasy Adventure on the Nintendo Game Boy. Playing on the Game Boy player, attached to the GameCube. And we're going to definitely use the Game Genie. Hope you're all having a wonderful day, as much as I am. Be advised, my console's been giving me issues. It tell me that I have to restart it and a bunch of other stuff. Okay, I have 3 codes here, but I'm only going to put in 2 because the one code, it just takes way too long to even continue with progress of even wanting to play the game. If it's something that you'd want to put in, have it all done, and then not have to worry about it, and then just load the game up later. Because it just takes forever. Alright, this one should be gold. And I believe this one is my stats at 255 each, or this is fast level gain. We'll see real quick here. Spid? That's fine, right? And Elspeth. Good enough. Am I gonna get level gain, or is it gonna be... I see the gold work fine. Level gain. Okay, so this is gonna take forever. It'll go up to like level 39. Not to worry, I'm not complaining. But I always hit the fast forward button for you. I just love seeing Game Boy games play with the game Genie, and not have all those issues that the original Nintendo does. I have two dissimilar or two versions of Game Genie. One's Rev A, one's Rev B. The Rev B is amazing. That is a great card. Allows you to use implement codes on so many cartridges that the original Gold Game Genie wasn't able to do. I'm gonna try to focus on the wisdom part of it right now, since that's the lowest stat. Level 23 so far. We're trying to get up to what, level 30 something? This definitely makes the game so much more fun. And less of a grind. You know, like you're constantly farming experience points, and not that there's anything wrong with it. It just, after you've played these games for so many years and you've already beaten them, it just seems about right to make this a little easier, faster. At least this part of the process. We're getting there. There we go. Take into consideration, I've never played this version of the game. I only played the Legend. Just checking my stuff. Cool. What is that? Well, I am very, very happy with the outcome of those contact pads of this particular cartridge. Even the game Genie didn't have any issues with it as soon as I put it in the console. And I was like, that's awesome. There's no glitchiness, nothing at all. It's like, yeah. So we know for a fact that cleaning this particular cartridge worked out flawlessly. He's like, run, dude, run, jump. It's gonna get you. That was a drop. But anyway, well, I thank you all so very much for watching. Have yourselves a wonderful day. Be healthy, stay safe, happy gaming, everyone.